So is the Army getting rid of the leg tuck for the new Army combat fitness test? So some interesting stuff happened over the weekend. Apparently, the Army website had been updated accidentally. And the changes that are reflected specifically pertain to the new Army combat fitness test, the ACFT, which will take effect this year. This whole thing has been in testing for like over a year now for replacing the APFT, the push-up, sit-up, and 2-mile run for the United States Army for their fitness test with this new Army combat fitness test. And it's undergone several changes, but over the weekend, some interesting stuff. Through this Army Times article here, specifically, sometime during the weekend, the Army's official ACFT website was updated to remove the leg tuck event and replace it with the plank. The information was posted sometime after Friday morning, according to the Internet Archive, and was removed on Sunday morning. So apparently this was accidental. But are these changes real changes or just typos? They don't, I'll get to it, but they don't really kind of say that this is incorrect. They just kind of, we'll get to that part. But if you're not, up to speed on some of this stuff, the Army has one of the 6 new events in the Army Combat Fitness Test, one of them being the leg tuck. The problem with that was that there were a lot of females and other individuals that were really struggling with the leg tuck. So they had an alternate event. They added the planking event. So then you had a plank for 1 minute, 2 minutes. I think it's 1 minute. You have to plank for, and successfully doing that would count for the leg tuck. So you could choose to do one or the other. This makes it sound like they're going to just altogether get rid of the leg tuck and just have the planking event. So I don't know. I've heard mixed things from soldiers. I've heard some mixed things where they said that it's easier to do the leg tuck. Some said it's easier to do the plank. I feel like I've heard more people say that it's easier to do the leg tuck than it is to do the plank. So I don't know. I guess it just kind of depends. But it could be interesting if they've decided to just simply get rid of the leg tuck. That was kind of one of the most controversial things in the ACFT was leg tuck, and just replace it with the plank altogether, and not even have 2 events, just have the one event being the plank. Now, from this article from the Army Times also explains a little bit more in depth with the ACFT as far as some other things that I was not aware of anyways, and maybe some of you are in that same kind of boat, where it's got it where the 1 April timeframe we've already kind of known about, that's when it takes effect, but it actually is going to be a thing where not until the 1st of October does it really count against you. So the ACFT will go into effect 1 April of this year in 2022, but if you fail during that time frame, it doesn't necessarily count against you if you're trying to get promoted, trying to re-enlist until 1 October. That time frame does extend a little bit more for people that are in the reserves and the National Guard, as that goes to 1 April of 2023. So you will probably have to still pass it to get through AIT, to get through basic kind of a thing, but for those of you that are looking to, trying to get promoted, like it has right here, this timeline here for the ACFT implementation timeline, we have April of 2022 ACFT administered for record. So 1 April, they start administering it and start doing that kind of stuff. It sounds like there's not really any negative repercussions for failing it though until October 1st. So full implementation of the ACFT for all administrative actions to include promotions, the sessions, retention, and evaluations. So you're going to have to, pass it if you want to get promoted come the 1st of October. And then you have a little bit longer if you're in the reserves and National Guard. So yeah, it seems kind of interesting if they were to just completely get rid of the leg tuck. I haven't seen like the data. Maybe they've seen that it's just better to have the plank compared to having the leg tuck, compared to having both. I don't know. I have heard from a lot of, the female soldiers that they prefer doing the plank, but I've heard from a few here and there that they'd rather do the leg tuck. So, but maybe the majority are on the side of the plank. I don't know. Maybe leave me your comments down below. Let me know. What is your preferred choice if you have done the ACFT? Do you prefer to do the plank? Do you prefer to do the leg tuck? For like females, the passing is only 1 leg tuck. I'm not sure what it is. Actually, it'd be the same because it doesn't matter if you're male or female with an ACFT, new ACFT. So 1 leg tuck is passing. But the other thing, like a lot of people like criticize it, is like it's 1 leg tuck. Really, you can't do 1 leg tuck. You've done 4 other events there. And I've heard that the sled drag, the sprint drag carry event wears you out, and a lot of people say that they are just exhausted by the time to get to that point. So you do the sled drag carry or the push drag carry, whatever it's called. You do the whole event, and then you still have 2 more events left. And you're right, you've already up to that point done the push-ups. You've done the the medicine ball throw. You've now done the sled drag carry. I'm thinking I'm missing something there, but anyways, you get to the leg tuck, and now you're pretty exhausted, and now you still got to run 2 more miles. So that's usually the big thing that people are kind of saying, is that by the time you get to that event, you're pretty exhausted because you've done a bunch of other events beforehand. So I don't know. We'll see. It should be pretty soon. We should be getting an official kind of results. In the article, actually kind of say that it just hasn't been signed off on by the Secretary of the Army. And then, like I said, in the article, they don't really dismiss the changes that were accidentally published to the Army website. They just kind of have here, they kind of apologize for any inconvenience or confusion caused by the accidental website update, saying that once the Secretary of the Army makes the final decision on the Army's fitness test, the Army's priority is to clearly communicate the test of record and the timeline for implementation to the total force. So they didn't really say that, no, sorry, that was a typo. We're still working on some things, but that was a mistake. It just really kind of makes it sound like that, sorry for the confusion. It's not an official thing. We're working on some things. So when we do have something official, we'll put it out. That's what I take away from it. So I don't know. Leave your comments down below. What do you think about the whole thing? Do you think it'd be a good idea to just do the plank? Do you think it's a good idea to have both? Do you think it's a good idea to just have the leg tuck? I don't know. Without actually taking the ACFT myself, I can't give her a good kind of, idea as far as which one I think is probably better to keep or get rid of, or keep both still. I don't know. So leave me comments down below. Thanks for hanging out. I'm Christopher Chaos. I'll see you next time. See ya.